Hey guys, welcome back. So where we left off yesterday was finishing up what happened on the 19th of June. Now that we've completed that whole entire section, we deposited our money that we received. We've also updated our inventory. So now we are now able to move on to the next day. So this is where we left off, is going to be on June 20th. Ooh, we're coming up to the very end. So let's get started. So what happened here?
Delivered to the corner bookstore. Invoice 102, date June 20, terms 50% COD net 5. We got the coffee, Supreme Coffee ceramic mugs that was delivered to the corner bookstore. Delivery charge $30, subtotal $97.75. Invoice amount $127.75. Amount due $63.87.
Okay.
And my check was received from the corner store for $63.88.
Okay. So how do we? So what has happened here? A transaction has happened, correct? What happened? Albert delivered to the corner bookstore. So how do we record this journal or this transaction?
Is it almost the same as the above with cost of goods sold?
Not the cost of goods sold. We delivered a product. We made a sale, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so the sales part is going to be correct. It's going to be similar.
Debit on the checking because the customer, we received a check for the amount of 63.88.
Okay,
And
checking.
then the sales, what's called it now? Delivery charge.
Is that going to be a debit on the credit, or what side is that going to be on?
That would be on the credit. There should be one more on the checking. Cash? No. Wait, okay.
If this person is billed to be $127.75, where does the 63.87 belong to?
Cash on delivery would be a debit as well.
Not on cash on delivery. That's already checking.
Oh, that's a checking.
This is a customer, correct? And the customer is being billed for $127, but they only paid half of it. So what does that mean?
We have accounts receivable.
We have an accounts receivable, correct?
So we received $63.88. So we're gonna debit our checking.
Yes, because
we're gonna debit.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And we're gonna also debit our accounts receivable for $63.87.
Correct, because the entire bill is $127. So what account number is accounts receivable?
20,000.
Say that again.
20,000.
That's accounts payable.
Oh, accounts payable. I'm sorry.
11,000. All right, so 63.87. All right. Now, what did I incur? If I received money and someone owes me more money, for what transaction did I do?
You made a sale.
I made a sale. So let's itemize these sales. And what are they?
Regular coffee.
Sales regular coffee.
For $32.90. sales for the Supreme Coffee. $39.90.
Hold on. Supreme Coffee for $39.90. Oh, wrong side. $39.90. All right.
Then the ceramic mug sales for $24.95. And then the delivery charge.
What's the delivery charge called?
Income, delivery, income.
Correct. It's going to say look at your chart of accounts.
Delivery income.
All right. For how much?
30.
All right. So what are my account numbers for all my sales?
There is for the regular is 40050. 450.
And my delivery income?
48,000.
Good. Okay. So, do I want to make the note now? What do you want to do? Yeah, actually, let's make the note now.
I was
Okay.
gonna say
Who did we deliver to?
cornerstone, corner bookstore.
Right? And what invoice did we issue them?
102.
02. And did we receive a check number?
Check number 784.
784. Okay, COD. Okay. All right. So what's next?
And the corner. Ledger.
We could do the ledger. Mia, did you say something?
Register.
Did we write a check out?
No, we didn't. My bad.
Payment. That's payment.
What was that?
That was a payment from corner. It's a check that we received,
Okay.
not being issued.
So where does that go?
It goes in deposit.
Deposits. There you go.
Yes. Again, we will just recognize it. We're not going to deposit it until the end of the day. So I'm just gonna hang on to that $63.88 in my deposits. I will deposit it later on tonight. Okay. Now what?
Go to the ledger, your general ledger,
Yes, ledger.
and we're gonna go to checking,
Checking.
asset.
Here we are checking. We should, you guys, if you're using the paper worksheet, you should have already hit your second page. All right. How am I going to fill this out?
invoice 102. That's 784.
Did we start a new journal yet?
No, I think we're still in the six. Is it 6 or 7? I don't remember. Oh,
We are currently on 8. Okay, we're almost there. So we're almost there. So we're almost at 9. So journal number 8. All right. And we're going to debit.
6388.
All right. So that should change our value to become 1420.84. All right. Here, we're going to go to accounts receivable. Okay. General journal number 8. All right. And how much am I going to debit my account for? 6387. 6387. Bringing up my new grand total of accounts receivable to be
173.39.
173.39. Good. What's next?
We're gonna credit, sales, regular coffee. I
Hmm.
mean, um, we have to go to the general ledger,
Yeah, that's fine.
and then we have to find sales, regular coffee.
Good. That should be on revenue section, top of the page. Right? How many pounds of the regular coffee did we sell? We sold 10. Okay. Journal number 8. All right. And what was my credit for?
4290.
Bringing my new balance to be
8225.
Oops, hold on, let me go back up real quick. You said 8225? Yes, 8225. Good. Next is sales for Supreme Coffee. We sold another 10 pounds. General journal number 8. All right. And it was for $39.90. So what's my new balance now?
7980.
$79.80. Then lastly, we sold ceramic coffee mugs. How many did we sell?
5.
We sold 5 mugs. General journal number 8. And how much was that?
24.95.
2495, bringing my balance to be 236.59. Okay, good. Lastly, where do we need to go?
Subsidiary.
Oh, nope, we got one more account left. Invoice number 102, general journal number 8. And how much was my delivery income for?
30.
And what's my new balance? 60. Good. Okay. Now what?
I was thinking since we are already in the screen, we have the cost of goods sold.
Let's complete one transaction at a time.
Inventory. Okay. Subsidiary.
Okay, subsidiary. Are we dealing with a vendor, customer, employee?
Customer.
We're dealing with a customer. All right. And I think corner bookstore is going to be the last one. Yes, the corner bookstore is the last one. All right, so page 2. All right, so what notes am I going to place here?
Check number received. Or invoice number.
We have the invoice number section already.
Oh, okay. Gosh, I always have with okay. Check number.
784? Is that right?
I'm sorry.
Is it check number 784?
784. Yeah.
Okay. All right, what's the invoice number?
102.
Post reference?
Is that 9? Okay, I'm sorry.
No, we are still on the same page. 8. Were we given terms?
And we have the net 5.
Yep, net 5. So no discount period. However, we have a due date. When's the due date?
The 25th.
25th of June. Right? No advanced payment. Right? What was the sale receipt amount?
63.88.
That's how much they owe us. Or that's how much they gave us.
Oh, I'm sorry, what was the question again?
What was the total sales receipt amount?
127.75.
127.75. Okay. And obviously no sales returns and allowances or sales discounts. But was there a payment
Yeah,
for
63.88.
good? Okay, so accounts receivable is going to be your sales minus any advance payments, minus any returns and allowances, minus any discounts, minus any payments. So that means this person owes us $63.87 as an accounts receivable. And we know for a fact that is true. What's next? What's next?
Yeah, that would be the COGS already, not yet? I'm not sure.
Yeah, we could do COG next, yeah. Okay, so when we're dealing with our cost of goods sold, where do we need to go? Where do we need to go to solve for our cost of goods sold?
Inventory worksheet.
Inventory worksheet. Okay. So we know we sold 10 pounds of regular. All right. And how much is the cost per item right now?
1.60948.
All right. So this is where we got to do the equal round. All right. We're going to multiply these across. And then we're going to want only 2 decimal places. So what do we get here? 1609. Good. Now we got to update our inventory.
Yes,
So what's 194 minus 10?
184.
And what is 312.24 minus 1609? 296.15. And what is my new cost per item? Or average cost per item?
1.6095.
And so we're increasing and increasing. So I'm going to go ahead and clear this out. Okay. So here we know that we sold 1609, right? For regular coffee. So here we're at Supreme Coffee. We sold 10 pounds. What's my cost per item?
1.828.
What method are we using?
Oh, the first, I'm sorry. FIFO.
FIFO. So which
Yes,
batch?
180.
180.
We are
Okay.
still on that.
Yes. So what is my total amount that I sold?
18.
18. All right. Let's go ahead and update our inventory. What is 72 minus 10?
62.
62. Okay. Good. So we sold 18 of the Supreme and we sold 1609 for the regular. Okay. Right. So let's plug in my account numbers.
So the regular is 550. 50, 100.
Okay. And where am I taking them out of?
regular coffee.
From inventory, yes. So regular coffee and supreme coffee. Okay, and that should be 12.20 and 12.040. And you're going to take it out for the same exact amount. So $16.09 and $18 even. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and make a note here that I sold to Corner Bookstore, comma, invoice number 102. All right. Now that we reach the end of my journal, I'm going to go ahead and draw that line like I told you guys, because this is enough to add in a transaction. So we want to make sure that we keep it squared away and there's no room for others to enter in any transactions. Just like that. Okay. So what do we do now?
Update the commissions.
Update the commissions. Hold on. We are in the middle of a transaction right now.
Oh, we do the ledger.
Yes, we do the ledger first and then go ahead and update the commissions. All right. So number one rule, always, 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 once you journalize, first thing you got to do is post it immediately to the ledger. Because if you don't and you start jumping around, that's where you'll start to forget about the ledger. And when you do your trial balance, that's the number one mistake that a lot of accountants do. They forget to post something to the ledger and they end up getting unbalanced amounts. Okay? They find a discrepancy. So we're going to, all right, we're going to the ledger. Okay, so what's my first thing I got to go? Cogs, yes, cogs. And we're going to look for regular coffee. How many did I sell?
10 pounds.
Okay, and my general journal is number 8. For how much? 1609. Bringing me my grand total to be 106.10. Good. Now, what about Supreme Coffee? How many did we sell? General journal number 8. For how much? 18. Bringing my new balance to be 113.40. Lastly is going to be my regular and Supreme Coffee. Here's my regular coffee. General journal number 8. And how much did I sell the coffee for? $16.09, bringing my balance to be you added.
Oh. Sorry.
That's fine.
It's the credit.
Yes. So you should get 296.15, which should match your inventory worksheet on hand. For my regular coffee, I should have 296.15. Okay. Then we're gonna update our Supreme Coffee. Right? So 620. How many pounds did I sell?
10.
General journal number 8. And how much was that for? 18. Which should then bring my balance to be? 340.10, which is exactly what we solved here in our inventory worksheet. 340.10. Okay. All right. What next? Mia, what next?
Oh, we update the commission's expense report.
Exactly. We're going to have to go update our expenses. So, finding your employees sheet or your payroll sheet. For this one's under commission sheet. We recognize that we actually delivered the stuff to the corner bookstore, right? So 102 for $27, 127.75. So we need 10% of that.
So 78.
Hold on. I just did the wrong number. Let me fix that real quick. How did I get 1002? Yeah, 1278. Yes, let me go equal round. Let me do that again. So equal round, comma, this times 0.010, comma, 2. Yeah, there you go, 1278. All right. So how much commissions has Albert is going? How much commissions will Albert be receiving? 34.69. Good. Okay. What has happened next? What has happened next?
We received an invoice from All Things Ceramic.
Okay. All right, so
So
go ahead.
we're buying we're buying 80 ceramic coffee cups.
Okay, so where did this come from?
I think it's a purchase order. Let me see. Yes, we had a purchase order on June 18th.
Perfect. So now that we are in here, we can go ahead and claim that we finally received it with the invoice number 159. Okay. So we made a purchase order. So now that we finally received it, what can we do? What is this transaction going to be?
A purchase expense.
Purchase expense is correct because what kind of method is my mugs on? What am I tracking my mugs with?
Periodic.
Exactly. We're under periodic method. So therefore, purchase expense. And is there freight expense? Yes, delivery charge, yes. And are we paying them now? Or are we paying them later?
Later.
Later. The assumption is they gave us terms. So it doesn't say that we paid them, right? We didn't use a check. So what does that mean? What account are we going to be using if we're going to pay them later?
Accounts payable.
Accounts payable, right? So what is my account number for purchase expense, freight expense? For freight or purchase? Okay. All right. And for how much is my purchase expense and how much is my freight expense? 196.80, and my freight is 100, bringing my grand total to be 296.80. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and finish off my description. All right. So who is the vendor? Invoice number. Okay. Terms. All right. Good. All right. So what do we do next?
We post to the ledger.
Post the ledger. Ledger. Okay. So these are going to be operating expenses. Okay. Purchase expense should be towards the bottom. I'm not quite sure what page it's on. I found my purchase discount, purchase returns and allowances. Here you go. Purchase expense. How many coffee mugs did we buy?
80.
General journal. What number?
9. Did you say 9?
And how much was my expense for?
196.80.
Okay. Bringing in my new grand total to be
380. No, 392.
$392.80. Okay. Now I'm going to go to my freight expense. Here's my freight expense. Right? And what's the shipping on?
Shipping off 80 costs again.
Mm-hmm.
339.
Mm-hmm.
100. Got it.
Bringing my balance to be 200. Good. What else is on my list?
The time, liability.
Oh shoot, I hit the wrong one. Okay, so liabilities. Accounts payable. Okay, I'm gonna fill this out. What information am I gonna place here?
Invoice 159.
Okay, invoice 159.
Yep.
Invoice number 159. Okay. And how much am I going to credit my account for? 296.80. Bring in my balance to be now $3,538.94. Okay. Where do I go next? Where do I go next?
Subsidiary.
Do we need to go to a subsidiary?
We have to update the subsidiary.
We do need to go to subsidiary. I was asking you a question. You didn't sound very confident in answering it.
That's what yeah. I am looking at the previous transaction, so.
Okay. So we're dealing with a vendor this time, right? We're dealing with all things ceramic, so it should be the very top of page 3. Okay. All things ceramic. All right. We bought 80 coffee mugs. Oop. Okay. What was my invoice number?
159.
Okay. General journal number 9. Was I given terms?
Yeah.
What were they?
1, 10, 30.
All right. So it's 1%, 10, 30. Oh, net 30. Okay. So what's my discount period going to be? When's the last day I can pay to get the 10/30? Okay. June 30th. Good. And then if not, I need to pay within
30 days. So that would be July 20.
very good. I didn't have a prepaid amount. What was my invoice?
The invoice is 196.80.
That's not the invoice. What's the total amount that you owe?
Oh, including the delivery, 296.80.
296.80. Good. And if I did my formula correct, it should say that I now owe $296.80, bringing me to a grand total of $492.80. Okay, because I still have to pay for the previous bill. Okay. Where else do I need to go? Where else do I need to go?
I was thinking like inventory, but I'm not sure.
Now let's go to the inventory worksheet. Okay. How do I fill this out?
Quantity 80 at 246.60. This is 196.80.
Right?
Inventory, that's 296.80.
What's my cost per item?
371.
Okay. Good. Right. Now what?
On June 20th, Albert submits another, order for Great Restaurant.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So we're gonna go to, the subsidiary ledger commissions.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and update the commissions. Good. All right. So who did he send this to, or who did he invoiced or made a purchase order for?
Great Restaurant.
Great Restaurant. Okay.
And it's invoice 104.
Mm-hmm. And what was the total amount?
Of $556.05.
$556.05.
Yes.
Good. All right. Do we need to record this transaction?
No.
No. You don't need to. All right. So what has happened next?
Again, opening
Okay.
and with 20% discount on sales.
Okay.
I, I can always, sorry, I'm trying to look without looking at my notes. Sorry.
I think mine, yeah, it's cut off a little. Okay. So what has happened here? What did we do?
We had sales.
Okay. We had
And
sales.
yes.
Okay. And how did what happened when we had sales? What did we collect?
Money.
We collect money.
Yes, we collected $889.69. Am I on the right one?
Yeah, yeah. I just had to move the little thing so you're able to see everything. Yes.
So we collected, so we're gonna debit checking for $889.69.
Checking for 88969. Right?
And then we're gonna also debit sales discount.
We're going to do sales discount. Okay. For how much?
And then we're gonna credit for our sales of sales regular medium coffee.
Okay, what else?
Sales regular large coffee.
Okay.
Sales supreme medium coffee. Sales,
No worries. Sales.
sales large coffee. Supreme. Supreme large coffee.
Okay.
as well as, sales ceramic coffee mugs. Let's see what else. Oh, yeah, sales tax payable.
And sales tax payable. Okay, so what are all of my account numbers here?
For sales discount, 46,000.
46,000.
For sales medium regular coffee is 40,300. The next one for sales large regular coffee is 40,350.
The 350.
The next one's 40,450 and 40,500. And then the mugs, I don't have it.
It should be 150.
4150.
And then sales tax payable
27,000.
is 27,000. Okay. So what are my total numbers here? So how much is my sales discount?
20547.
All right, and my sales for medium regular coffee.
Regular coffee.
17114.
Right.
27508. 23161. 32457.
What was that?
33457.
32457.
3495. Tax 6781.
Okay, 1095.16 on both sides, so we are even. Okay. Any comments or anything on this? What note am I going to make on here?
In-store sales, 20% discount.
I'm having difficult typing today. Discount. Okay. All right, now what? What's next?
Now we post to our ledger.
All right, let's go to our ledger. So where are we going to start first?
Checking.
Checking. All right. What are we going to put in our notes? Dinner journal number 9. And how much am I collecting or increasing my account for?
88969.
All right, bringing my new balance up to be a grand total of $2,310.53. Okay, what's next? What's next? Which account is next?
Sales discount.
Sales discount. So a grand opening 20%. General journal number 9. And how much was my discount for? 20547. Okay, bringing my new balance to be
700, almost 8. 77175.
77175. Good. All right. Then we go to my sales for medium and large regular coffee. So here we are. Sales for my medium regular coffee. How many coffee cups I sell?
86.
86 coffee cups. Oh, I can't copy from above. Good. General journal. For how much?
17114.
Bringing my grand total to be 660.68. Okay. Next one is my large regular coffee. How many cups did I sell? 92. Giving me a grand total of how many? How much?
27508.
All right, bringing my new grand total to be
98969.
98969. Okay. Then I'm going to go down to my medium supreme coffee. Okay, so how many cups did I sell? 89 cups. So what's my grand total here?
61.
22161. Bringing my grand total to be
854. 15.
854 what?
15. Oh, wait. 632. 85407.
Okay, 85407. Good. Here we have our large supreme coffee. How many cups I sell?
93 cups.
93 cups. Bringing me a bringing me a total of
824. 57.
okay, giving me a grand total of
120754.
120754. Okay. And then I'm going to scroll all the way back up for my ceramic coffee mugs. Okay, so ceramic coffee mugs. How many did I sell?
5.
All right, for a total of 34.95. Bringing my grand total to be
27154.
through. What did you say? 271?
27154.
271.54. Good. All right, last thing that we're going to do is we got to update our sales tax. So here's sales tax payable. And how much was my sales tax payable? 34.95, bringing me a total 22182.
Was the sales tax,
Oh, 51.
Where did you get 34.95?
It went to the ceramic.
Okay. All right. So what was it? 67.81 should give you a total of $254.68. Okay. All right. Now what?
Inventory.
Okay. Inventory. Inventory.
Yes. Inventory and the regular.
How many items did we sell?
And the regular coffee.
Mm-hmm.
86.94.
Where are you getting this number from?
I'm adding the cups. How many we have? Wait. the total cost we have sold, quantity, oh, regular is 15 pounds, I should say.
Yes, 15 pounds. Again, I've already done the calculation for you, so you don't have to do too much. This is, like I said, this is what happens when you're the bookkeeper. All you're given is a receipt. You're not the one that is actually calculating their sales. You're not the one that's calculating the purchase orders. All you're doing is recording what you see. Okay, so in this case, how many pounds did I use for the regular coffee?
15 pounds.
I used 15 pounds. All right, and what is going to be my current average cost per item?
1.60951.
Okay, so again, equal round.
24.13, 34.14. 24, I should say 34.
24.14, okay?
14.
So let's go ahead and update our inventory.
169.
All right, 169.
Per unit is 1.75236.
What did you get for your total?
Oh, I did not. I went to calculate immediately the per unit. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
296.6 minus 24.14 plus 272.01.
Why are we adding
No, I'm subtracting it. The 296.15 minus the total
296?
cost
Uh-huh.
minus the 24.14.
Uh-huh.
That comes 272.01.
Good.
And to get the per unit cost is 1.6095266.
Okay. So again, we're increasing our average cost per item. We went from 49 to all the way now we're here at 53 cents. So every time we sell, it just keeps getting more expensive. So here we sold $24.14. So then for Supreme Coffee, how many pounds did we sell?
15.5.
15 and a half pounds. Okay. At what price am I going to, at what cost per item am I going to use?
Here from the very first one, 180.
Okay. Now let's go ahead and multiply that across, and what do we get?
27.90.
$27.90. All right. Let's go ahead and update our inventory. We started with 62. Then we subtracted 15 and a half. And what should we get remaining?
46.5.
46.5. Right. Bringing you a total of $312.20. Okay. Now what?
The coffee mug.
What?
No, we sold the coffee mug inventory.
Okay, so what tracking method is the coffee mugs?
Forget it.
When do we?
At the end.
At the end. Okay, so what do we do next?
We have to journal our cost of goods sold.
Yes, journalize our cost of goods sold. So June 20th. Cost of goods sold. All right, and for what amount was it for? For what amount was the regular coffee sold for? $24.14. Okay, and we also got to do the cost of goods sold. Okay, $27.90. Good. All right, and where am I taking these out of?
Regular coffee and supreme coffee.
Regular coffee and supreme coffee. All right. And then my account numbers. Good. There we go. Okay, so now that I have my numbers here, I'm going to also indicate what is my description down here.
Same as the one above in-store sales.
In this case, did we actually sell these coffee?
Nope.
No, we just used them. Okay, so in-store use. Okay. Now where do we need to go?
To the ledger.
To the ledger. All right. So cost of goods sold is a separate little thing here. So I'm going to go ahead and place it here. Here's my cost of goods sold for regular coffee. Okay. We used 15 pounds. All right. For how much? $24.14. Bringing me my new total of
130.23.
I have 124. Okay, so because 10 plus 14 is going to be 24. Okay. And then for my supreme coffee, how many pounds did I use?
something, 15.5.
15.5 pounds, good. General journal number 9. And how much was 15.5 pounds?
27.90.
27.90, bringing me a grand total.
141.30.
141.30. And then lastly, we're going to update our inventory. Okay. Here's my regular coffee. 6.20. Used 15 pounds. All right. How much am I going to credit my account for?
24.14.
24.14. All right. Bringing my new total to be 272.01. Okay. And then lastly, we're going to update our Supreme Coffee. How many items did we sell? Or how many pounds did we sell? 15.5 pounds. General journal number 9. So how much was my 15.5 pounds for?
27.90.
Bringing my new grand total to be 312.20, which matches our inventory on hand or worksheet. For Supreme Coffee, we calculated that it should be 312.20. Okay. All right. What else do we need to do?
We move on to the next transaction.
There is one more thing that we forgot to do. What did we do with the cash?
Deposit.
Well, did we deposit it already?
Oh, yes, we left on the deposit.
We haven't deposited the money yet. So for how much was it? For a total of $889.69. What is my total deposit going to be? Because don't forget, we also received a check earlier that day.
Total deposit of 953.57.
9:53:57, and today's date is going to be June 20th. So now that we've finished everything and completed our journal, we've completed we updated our inventory. Okay. We completed our sales, so good. So now we can go ahead and move on to the next date. Now, I'm going to stop here because right now it's 10 o'clock exactly, and I'm going to call break. So please be back no later than 10:15, and we'll continue on with the next day.